Tonight's meeting to order. If you would please stand and join me in the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Pam, would you do a roll call, please?
Mayor Kime.
Here.
Alderwoman Dobbs. Here. Alderman Fahey.
Here.
Alderman Donovan.
Here.
Alderman Huey.
Here.
Alderman Eidman.
Here.
Alderman Steiger.
Here.
Alderman Prince.
Here.
Alderman Ross.
Here.
Mayor, we have a quorum.
Thank you very much. We do not have any presentations or personal appearances tonight, so, we will look for approval of tonight's agenda. I skipped over that. My apologies.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second for approval of tonight's agenda. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, now we will talk about personal appearances and presentations, which we do not have any. So we will move along to tonight's city administrator report.
You have the report in your packet. I didn't make any amendments. Just want to touch on a few of those. On number one, crack sealant began over in the Point Base area today, as did the removal of Scott Street. So while one project is in its final stages, one begins, but little things that we had to get done. Number two, we've put that on the agenda tonight for approval of low bid and the contract, because the contractor would like to start in November. That'll ultimately be up to MoDOT, but I wanted to let you know that is on the agenda, and it is on the agenda for 2 readings. Number 4, wanted to let you know, I included in the Public Works email that I sent out Monday that the street sweeper broke down. We are still waiting one more part, so as soon as we get the pony motor in the street sweeper running, we'll be out there sweeping the streets. I will be taking a vacation day tomorrow. October is a 5-week month, so we won't be meeting for another 3 weeks. And just FYI, City Hall will be closed Tuesday, November 11th to commemorate Veterans Day. That's all I have, sir. If you have any questions, yes.
Number 2, this contractor and stuff, what experience do we have, or what recommendation?
A very good recommendation, and I've heard from some other municipalities, a very good contractor, has done a lot of jobs in this area from the Hillsborough area. All arrows point to a very good contractor.
So is this project, will Cochran be involved in any of the inspections or testing, or?
Yes, so this is a TAP project, so Cochran's been involved and will continue to be involved.
You skipped over number 5, but I think the importance of that can't be missed, that thanks to this administration, this year's budget, that for the first time in multiple years, we are going to have an active reforestation program.
So we'll be planting 2 trees on Market, 3 on Merchant, 2 on Main, and 7 on 3rd Street, probably next Monday or Tuesday.
Is that a different species than we've had there before, or?
There'll be a combination of columnar hornbeam and eastern redbud. We've heard from 2 arborists that these are good trees. The roots grow down, the branches grow up, and they don't drop anything on the sidewalk.
I'm familiar with the redbud, stuff like that, but not the hornbeam and the.
Yeah.
What size trees are these gonna be?
Well, these will be 15-gallon trees, probably 6 to 8 foot tall in the beginning. Yeah.
Very good.
Is it?
Oh, really?
Any other questions, comments for David? Okay, thank you very much. Moving along to other staff reports tonight. First up, we have a report from the police department. I think Lieutenant Pollock's here to give that.
Good evening, everybody. You guys have a copy of our report for the month's activities. Is there any questions for me?
Like Ozzy was busy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's good.
So the county doesn't have their own canine, correct?
No, they do.
They do have one?
Yes.
You know, this is always an impressive amount of statistical and all information. what is your overall summary of what the last month's activities of the police? Are we average? We're having increases in anything you're concerned about one area or not? Are we making progress in some?
Concerns? No, we're always trying to be proactive. So our guys are always out putting their best foot forward and, trying to keep on top of things. They're doing traffic and whatnot and preventive patrols as usual. Our call volume seems to be on track for what it normally is. A few things have changed over the past 6 or 8 months, and so our numbers might be a little bit higher, but we're just taking more information and putting more to paper to keep records better. So
You got some new equipment. You're doing a new breathalyzer for traffic stops.
yes,
Is this a new or an updated one, or?
Is this like a swab?
it is. This is a new system that we have acquired. And it's more for the detection of illicit drugs, narcotics type things. We still carry the PBTs for the alcohol. It's kind of like the drug version of that.
Have we used it yet?
Not sure if anybody's actually used it. We've only had it for a couple weeks.
Okay.
I think there were some certifications or some training that they needed to take to get up.
How many
to speed.
units did you get?
Just one at this moment.
How do you get that out to the patrol?
Well, we have the shift, every shift that the guys sign it out and take it with them and just have it, ready whenever.
Do you have a right to refuse to take it?
Yes.
So do we have guidelines in place like we do for alcohol? I mean, a level of intoxication like we do with alcohol, I mean, is there? As a number, no, there's not a number that they have recognized yet as far as the narcotic side for the drug intoxication, like they have dialed in for the EAC for the alcohol side. But, I'm sure that will come in the future.
If you said you can refuse this, if you refuse it, is the same rules that applies for refusing a breathalyzer?
Like the PBT. The PBT is not anything official that we go with. It's just a tool that we use to help make our case. What we do after that, from that point forward, is what really takes it into like the court settings. So anybody has the right to refuse that on the roadside.
So then you'll drag them to the hospital and test them.
If that's the way the case goes, that it merits that, yes, that's a possibility.
Okay.
Any other questions for Lieutenant Pollock?
The pepper gun,
Yes.
so I assume that you have one.
Yeah, we do. We've had one for a few months.
Okay, and you got an instructor that's
Yes.
training the other people.
Yes.
Yeah, so everybody will be trained in using this.
Yes, before they are actively deployed and assigned to each officer, they'll go through the certification process and be instructed how to use it, and just like they would anything else that we use. So,
Well, good. I think this is gonna be something.
yeah, it looks to be a good tool.
Yes. That's a got.
Thanks, Ryan.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And next up tonight, we've got Corey Litters from Alliance.
Good evening. Got a copy of my report. Dave touched on the sweeper. Pony motor is running, so we're just waiting on a actuator for the throttle for it. Crack sealings around town's been taking place. Trying to hit all the streets that have been paved in the last 5 years, and then any other streets that can be saved. Cochran has set up a meeting next week with Dave, myself, and Joker Stink, and that we will discuss the 4th Street sewer issue. I've reached out several times with no luck getting called back, so Cochran has said that. And then over the weekend we had the rain event. We called some guys out Saturday and Sunday, barricades, storm drains, and then washed the street down on, next to the dog park that was flooded. And then the point base, 3 weeks next meeting, we have some NASCO trained people in Alliance that are overlooking the footage. gonna put together a report, and then we'll have an engineer's standpoint on recommendations for what needs to be done out there. Any questions?
With the amount of streets that we've overlaid and rebuilt and the changes we've made and stuff, do you anticipating that freeing up some of your people's time for other things?
Yeah, I mean, it will.
Crack sealing being
Yep.
one of them.
Yes, I mean, we had a crack seal machine out 2 or 3 days last week, 1 day this week, and then continue next week as well. So it'll be hopefully 3 days next week if the weather allows.
So I guess you're still working on your report then for the crawler camera and stuff, of what's
Yep.
being done, and analysis of that?
Yes, yeah, we got, like I said, a couple of NASCO trained people. It's a sewer certification that some people in Alliance have gone through. So yes, they can see what is.
So since your boss is here, is it time to ask her to buy that camera? Or?
I got a question.
Yes, sir.
We're in Valley Springs, we had that one tree come down with the star, and the people got out there and cleaned them up. But I don't know if you've been by that, where these leaning trees, they're leaning more, and we're afraid that when we start getting rain now, there's a good chance they're gonna be falling down.
Yes, sir.
Six of them.
I was out there today taking a look at it, Mr. Steiger.
Uh-huh.
Not
Me, a different style.
yeah, but actually addressed me or talked to me at Aldermen today, and but they're taking like beginning of the week we'll have to get them all trimmed up.
Oh, okay, I was trying to figure out who's the responsibility.
Yeah, no, yep. I spoke to them.
Since some electric has the lights,
Yep.
but I wasn't sure how that affected.
Yeah, they were concerned with when people walk, if they don't have a light, can't see with them trees and everything. So yeah, we'll be taking it first time.
Falling on somebody or whatever.
Yep.
Hey, I thank you very much.
No problem. Yes, sir.
And I might miss it, that your report for Parkwood area over there, are you getting close to getting that finished?
Yep, the next meeting we'll have it. We'll have a engineer recommendation as well, Jim.
The culvert pipe on St. Mary's Road, which one was that that was replaced?
It was one, I don't know the ad.
Right next door to the butcher shop,
Yeah.
Oh,
the house
okay.
next door.
Not the one we had replaced
No.
a few years ago. Right.
Any other questions, comments for Corey?
Oh, the problem over there in Point Vicks with Stuber.
Yep.
I haven't heard too much about it since you guys are reviewing the video of what it did. Are you still reviewing or?
Yes. We had a review. We had a crawler camera come in, camera about 1,400 foot. There was a pan and tilt that was able to look around, and that footage sent off to some people that actually are trained in the sewer lateral business in Maine inside the lines. So yes.
That's the one I just asked him about, Ted. He's gonna get that report to us at the next meeting, because it's,
Pardon me?
that's the one I just asked him about, and he's gonna get that report to us at the next meeting.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yep.
All right. Thank you, Corey.
Thank you.
I had a question. Sorry, I apologize. I was going to ask Dave when he was here. When we do these street closure requests and stuff, is there a liability on the city's part, for any activities that happen in the street then, or does the organization have to ensure that?
Yes, any event that would happen in the street, whether it be a parade or a festival, we would ask for insurance.
And the city to be named an additional insured on that policy.
Right.
I'm actually I'm going to try to pull that out of the consent agenda, because I got a question about that.
Okay.
This time, we will open up the floor for public comment. Anybody like to comment? Okay, if not, Alderman Steiger, you want to make?
Got a question about the treasurer's report, and I've got a question about the street closure requests.
Okay, so would you like to pull those two?
It'd probably be easiest to approve the consent agenda with excluding those two items,
So
and then you can discuss those two items.
Motion to approve consent agenda with the modification of pulling out the treasurer's report and the street closure request.
Second?
Okay, I have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, let's talk about the treasurer report.
The numbers look really good. If you look compare year over year from September 24 to September 25, there's one, the police grant, no, that wasn't the one. Under park funds, there's a transfer in of 37,000, I think. Is that for, potentially for the splash pad?
It's a typical transfer each year.
Okay, at the beginning of the
It
year.
happened in September of this year.
And then one other question here for, so,
I have a question also, since we're on this. On this miscellaneous receipts, last year there was $14,000, this year there's $23. Why is there such a large difference there?
I would have to ask Sue that. Obviously, it's miscellaneous. I don't know the details there, but I can get back to you.
That's a lot of miscellaneous.
Yeah, there are things that happen like special tax bills get paid. There's not a line for that, so it gets counted as miscellaneous. So this month, last year, something big came in and.
Okay, that's fine. I'm just curious because it's such a big
Yeah.
difference there.
Absolutely.
my other question was on the rural fire fund. It's showing the balance at the end of September for 167,000. I assume that's going to get transferred out got transferred out for October 1st.
Correct.
So it'll show in this next,
It won't show zero.
yeah, there's.
I think we gave them 146,000. We kept some back for remaining bills.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Motion to approve. Okay, I have a motion to approve the treasurer's.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to approve the treasurer's report as presented. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. And then, next up, Alderman Steiger, you wanted to discuss the street closure request?
Yeah, I had someone ask me, and I'm going to vote yes for the street closure, but I did have somebody that was very concerned about shutting down, it was a merchant, that's shutting down the streets for 2 days along Merchant Street for this. So again, I'm going to vote yes for the street closure, but I just didn't know if we had a guideline, I guess, or a policy to look to. I think this is something, a lot of times we just put it in the consent agenda and we move on. If somebody wants to have an event, we normally have been excited for them, but I had a merchant kind of really question, so.
We do not have a guideline.
I had a question about their wording on here and stuff, the time of closure, 6 a.m. Saturday to 4 p.m. and then Sundays off to the side. So that's meant for both days, 6 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Yes.
Were you here could you possibly answer?
Yeah.
Pat, could we pull you up here real quick? Sorry. That way they can hear at home.
I'm not used to being here.
I get it.
No, it's like 6 a.m. or they're gonna start coming in at 7. So whatever time you want to figure it till, and the festival lasts till 6 in the evening, and then it'll be the next morning till 4 in the evening. So I don't know if you want to,
These are vendors that are going to be.
the vendors, yeah.
Would you mind giving us a little overview of the festival, just so maybe?
Yeah, you want a flyer to pass around? Or you want to look at one? I brought one.
I know one of the other questions that was at the post office. I know the postal goes out on every day, I think including Saturday.
Yeah.
So post truck is going to be able to still get out.
Yeah, it'll be on just that one side there. Now and I know we were gonna do the second street there, just to put like the food, any kind of, there's like, kettle corn, stuff like that would have generators that shouldn't be on the main street. That's why we figured put them on there. But, there should, I mean, our other festival, they went through okay the way we had it. I'm not sure if they went straight all the way up or if they went through, do you know their route?
I think they leave the post office and go just up to Market up to 4th Street.
So just go straight, okay.
And I think go up Market Street to,
They wouldn't go second there at all.
I think they go up to the church and make a left, and so I think they just.
So that would work because that's the way it was when we had the one in June. It's going to be the same type of thing, type on the one side of the street. But no, the festival, it's like, it's a Robin Hood type festival where he's got a lot of people from St. Louis and Illinois that dress up like Vikings and Robin Hood and all that stuff. And they're going to come and they're going to do demo. He's got one guy that's going to make flutes. He's not selling them, but he makes flutes and plays them. And then we're going to have a foraging guy. He's going to do demonstrations for that. He's got a lot of people that are going to do demonstrations. Just kind of a fun festival. Just something different you don't see. He wants something that you don't see every day that would bring people. And I know the ones from he went up to Mexico, Missouri a few weeks ago. They asked him up and he passed out flyers and business cards and stuff. And it's a bunch of them that were coming down. He said he's got lots of people. They're bringing a lot of their people that they know down. And we've had a lot of good vibes. Everybody in town's they're like, oh my God, let's do it. But we've got and we're not doing any like what the restaurants. We're trying to stay away from having anything that the restaurants in a truck. So it's mostly kettle corn, funnel cakes. There's a taco truck, which I didn't think that would interfere with the merchants, stuff like that. And his idea, he's talking to school. He wants like some of the A+ kids that are in theater to dress up and kind of walk through town dressed up like people in that era. Just kind of make it a fun day.
Pat, first thing, I'd like to commend you for and your son taking over this project. It's a new project, and what you're talking about is you're bringing in tourists. You're starting something new. You hope to build on it and make it bigger, attract more tourists, more people to town. And you're bringing them in for the businesses in town.
Yeah.
Not bringing in other people and vendors to take most of the money and go someplace else.
Well, that's our idea. We don't, I mean,
that's a good idea.
I mean, we've had a whole lot of different ones in June anyway that wanted, like just all the different kinds of foods. And not that it's the exact same thing as the restaurants, but we're pushing them, go local restaurants. Here's this little bit of stuff, and we were going to put them on 2nd Street there. Here's a little bit, little like snack foods, different kinds of, funnel cakes, fried Oreos, kettle corn, pork rinds, stuff like that they can eat while they're looking around. But we're trying to push them to go into the restaurants.
Good.
And we're trying to get them.
In the store.
We're trying to get them in the stores. We're going to put up signs, like going down Main Street, more shops, more, each way. So they go into all the shops because that's one thing. I'm a shop owner. Well, actually, shop and a half, I guess you want to call it with Kenny's. But every day people come in my shop and, they say, what is there to do? Every place, so many places are closed. And there's been, it's just like over and over and over. How do you answer the people when they come in? They go, I came down for a one-day trip. I drove 3 hours, and this was on a Sunday. And they go, I drove 3 hours, and I'm done in 1 hour. And then I drive 3 hours back. So, I mean, we're just trying to make it so people keep coming back. I've been posting, and I know it sounds stupid, I guess, but I've got like 40 groups on Facebook between Cape and St. Louis. Then I go the Lead Belt to, I'm not sure which is the furthest over. It's either Caruthersville or Carlinville, Pinckneyville. I got all those. I'm not sure which one's the furthest east, but I post in that every couple of days, all the events we have. And I get comments on my notifications that they like it, they come, and we've got a lot of people, when he's got his brunches, he said one day half the people came from Illinois. And they're getting to be regulars, they keep coming, so I do my best to try to get people to come in. And then whenever they come in, I say, well, did you go to they come in, what should we do? I said, do you want to go to Antique Mall? You know, I kind of know a lot of them that are open. I go, Antique Mall's open almost every day, this, here, and that. You know, I give them ideas of where to go, so I try.
Well, thank you very much, Pat. Thank you very much for kind of giving some background.
Well,
Appreciate it.
I know it's something new.
Yeah.
And that's why he said that down in Texas, he always went to them, but they were more elaborate.
Sure.
But he said he just wanted to kind of get something. And there was ladies when we first started talking about it 6 months ago. There was some of the older ladies in town, and they asked, "What's that flyer?" I'm like, "Okay." You know, I'm getting ready for them to give a negative comment, and they're like, "Oh, please do it." I'm like, "Really?"
Well, very cool. Well, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Alderman Steiger, that helped?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
Motion to approve.
Okay.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second to approve the street closure request as presented. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, thank you all very much. Move along to some old business this evening. First up tonight, we have a second reading of Bill number 4692. This is an ordinance calling for the general election of officers of the city of St. Genevieve, Missouri to be held April 7th, 2026, and providing notice to the general public.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. Pam, would you do a roll call, please?
Alderman Steiger.
Yes.
Alderman Prince.
Yes.
Alderman Ross.
Yes.
Alderman Eidman.
Yes.
Alderman Huey.
Yes.
Alderman Donovan.
Yes.
Alderman Fahey.
Yes.
Alderwoman Dobbs.
Yes.
8 yes, 0 no's. Bill number 4692 now becomes ordinance 4613.
Thank you. And next up tonight in old business, we have a second reading of Bill number 4693. This is an ordinance authorizing the mayor to sign a one-year amendment to the original order form with Placer Labs, Inc. for visitor analytic data.
Move to approve.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. Pam, would you do a roll call, please?
Alderman Eidman.
Yes.
Alderman Huey.
Yes.
Alderman Donovan.
Yes.
Alderman Fahey.
Yes.
Alderwoman Dobbs.
Yes.
Alderman Ross.
Yes.
Alderman Prince.
Yes.
Alderman Steiger.
Yes.
8 yes, 0 no's. Bill number 4693 now becomes ordinance 4614.
Thank you very much. Moving along to some new business this evening. First up, we have acceptance of the low bid from Kimes Contracting in the amount of $118,386.50 for the St. Mary's Road Sidewalk Project, TAP 9900096.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Okay, a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Next up tonight, we have a first reading of Bill number 4694. This is an ordinance authorizing the mayor to execute a proposal for professional services with Cochran Engineering for a citywide paving program.
Have a bit of a discussion there. I know our paving program this past year pretty much went without a hitch. The other projects, maybe not so much. Do we feel we have enough in this agreement and stuff to basically protect the city from the previous problems? And, you know, and I've been kind of a critic of them. That whole entrance to Point Base out there was just a bad deal, and I'm not interested in getting into anything like that again. And what was really disheartening about that was whenever that job started, there was no pre-meeting about that, or where they were going to work, how they were going to proceed. You know, they were there just for testing.
Cochran?
Yes.
They're certainly there to make sure that the materials that go into the concrete and the steel are what they promised to put in and that it is performed correctly. But you're correct, they do not dictate to the contractor what order they do their work in.
Right, and I don't think the word dictating is the right one and stuff, but I mean, just to sit down and have a, like we did on 9th Street, with the contractor, we sit down and we knew when they were gonna mobilize.
We did a pre-construction meeting with SIC, with Jokers, and with Bowman. I know you were present for one of those, yeah. But yes, I mean, I have full faith in Cochran. Are there hiccups? Certainly. But I also believe the reason that project at the beginning had to be done 3 times is because they held SIC accountable. It did take a very long time to get done, though.
As far as the legal issue, of course, the city hasn't had any contractual issues with Cochran that I'm aware of.
No, sir.
They performed, diligently. Like I said, that they got a contractor to repave several sections of road a couple times. So that's what you want from an engineering company. So the contract protects the city as far as I'm concerned. I don't have any issues with the city approving it.
I just, I don't know, I guess I expected more participation by them, to make this project a lot smoother and stuff, and it just a thorn in my side, and I think it was a thorn in a lot of people's side and stuff, but anything we can do to protect ourselves in the future, I hope we can and stuff. Maybe more discussion with the whole entire board when we start, I don't know what it is, but, something done differently.
So the map that was at your seat is basically what we discussed 2 weeks ago, but there's also, we'll also bid additionally the streets. I think Alderman Steiger talked about LaCroix, DuPont, Glenda. Those are included in the 2.6 that you may see in the contract, but they'll be bid separately, and if we can afford to do them, we will.
The current proposal that we're voting on tonight, this is separate from their master agreement that we have for them as the city engineer.
Correct. This is for design and bidding and construction services for this project.
Move to approve.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, thank you. Next up tonight, we'll have a first reading of Bill number 4695. This is an ordinance approving a budget amendment to the City of St. Genevieve for the fiscal year 2025 budget relating to the reclassification of bonds.
Motion to approve.
Second.
A motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Motion for a second reading on that?
Second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second for a second reading of Bill number 4695. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Aye.
This will be a second reading of Bill number 4695. This is an ordinance approving a budget amendment to the City of St. Genevieve for the fiscal year 2025 budget relating to the reclassification of bonds.
Motion to approve?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Pam, would you do a roll call, please?
Alderman Steiger.
Yes.
Alderman Prince.
Yes.
Alderman Ross.
Yes.
Alderman Eidman.
Yes.
Alderman Huey.
Yes.
Alderman Donovan.
Yes.
Alderwoman Dobbs.
Yes.
Alderman Fahey.
Yes.
8 yes, 0 no's. Bill number 4695 now becomes ordinance 4615.
Thank you very much. Next up tonight, we'll have a first reading of Bill number 4696. This is an ordinance approving a budget amendment to the City of St. Genevieve for the fiscal year 2026 budget relating to the various revenue and expenditure increases.
Move to approve.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you very much. Next up tonight, we have a first reading of Bill number 4697. This is an ordinance of the City of St. Genevieve, Missouri, authorizing the interim city administrator to execute a one-year contract for auditing services with B. Sink, Hay, Rowe, and Stroder LLC, certified public accountants.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
And then on this one here, it's asking for a second reading. What was the urgency on this? I know what it was on the last one, but
So last meeting, if you remember, I reported our auditor would be scheduled to come in the first week in November, and we discovered we are in the fourth year of a 3-year contract. So we are going to extend that 1 year.
Do they honor the price for the 3-year contract?
They called us with a price and a contract. We said, yes, that sounds good. Then determined that we are outside of the 3-year contract. I reached out to Mr. Bishop. He approved that, and if we can get this done, they'll still come and do our audit, and then we will go out to rebid next year.
So if you recall, we rebid this 3 years ago. I don't know if everybody was on the board then, but had competitive bidding for it, and because our last auditor canceled or early terminated the contract, and so this was the successful bidder at that time. So we still have them selected as the auditor of choice, but the contract has expired, so we just have to extend it essentially a year for 1 more year of auditing services. But I did advise that we go out to bid for next year's and maybe get a 3-year contract back in place.
So did they honor that 24,000? Is that the same price that they gave us at the original
That's an
contract?
increase,
It is an increase, yeah.
but that is what they quoted us for this year.
So it is an increase?
Over the past 3 years, yes,
Yes, not much.
4,000.
I think each year it went up each year of the last contract, it went up 4,000 a year, if I'm not mistaken.
20%?
All right. Cost of money goes down.
Good money, I guess, if you can get it. I guess we're giving
I think it goes down.
20% increase.
A year.
Well, over the,
This year is all I'm talking about, yeah.
depends on how you would phrase that. I mean, it was a 3-year contract, so they gave it to us in 22 for 20,000. So, yeah. I mean, we hold Alliance's feet to the fire at 2.5%, and they're coming to us at 20%.
Yeah, I don't think,
I'm not inclined to vote a second reading on this.
I don't think it was, I think it was $20,000 a year for 3 years.
Okay.
So, and then when they called,
Per year.
20,000 per year,
Yeah.
no increase
Yeah.
for 22, 23, 24, and now this year asking for a $4,000 increase. Correct.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
I agree.
We complain about Citizens Electric raising rates 3, 4, 5%. Alliance comes to us at 2.5%, and we squawk.
We're more than that.
I thought they were 2.5.
So the audit's going to start next month, right? And so you need an auditor to do the audit. For fiscal year.
Isn't this a pressing thing that needs to be done now?
Yeah, I mean,
And next year you said that we're gonna be talking with them as far as what their rates are gonna be and negotiating.
We'll go out to
So it's
bid.
gonna go out to bid.
Okay,
oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
so we need this
What's
now.
the obligation to start in November, not December?
Well, you can, but your bidding process is going to take you some time.
We can do a double reading in November. We have a month to do it. We have our first meeting in November.
The audit's
If we
due by,
find somebody,
the audit's due by the end of the year, I
That is
believe.
correct. Yeah.
kind of short notice.
If you don't
What's
have
the
your,
time frame?
if you don't have your audit done by the end of the year, there are consequences, potentially.
Sure, but how long does it take? A couple weeks?
Well, by the time they process it, it usually comes in January or February to get the
report,
final
yeah.
report. So,
And we only have 2 meetings left for the rest of this year,
That's correct.
November, December.
I make a motion for a second reading.
Well, did we vote on the first one?
We did.
Oh, okay, sorry. Yep. Thanks.
Yes,
I
we
lost
did.
track.
Yeah. I have a
Second.
Okay. Mr. Ross, okay. So I have a motion and a second for a second reading of bill number 4697. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
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 Well, This will be a second reading of Bill number 4697. This is an ordinance of the City of St. Genevieve, Missouri, authorizing the interim city administrator to execute a one-year contract for auditing services with B. Sink, Hay, Rowe, and Stroder LLC, certified public accountants. Motion to approve.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. Pam, would you do a roll call, please?
Alderwoman Dobbs. Can you come back to me, please? Alderman Steiger.
No.
Alderman Prince.
Yes.
Alderman Ross.
Yes.
Alderman Eidman.
Yes.
Alderman Huey.
Yes.
Alderman Donovan.
No.
Alderman Fahey.
Yes.
Alderwoman Dobbs.
No.
3 no, 5 yes. Bill number 4697 now becomes ordinance 4616.
Thank you. And then last up tonight in old business, we have a first reading of Bill number 4698. This is an ordinance of the City of St. Genevieve authorizing the mayor to enter into an agreement with Kimes Contracting LLC for the St. Mary's Road Sidewalk Project, TAP 9900-096, in an amount of $118,386.50.
Who's this kind of contracting? I've not heard of it. We used them before. And this was just a bid.
We have not used them before, but I have stellar recommendations from other municipalities. They're out of Hillsborough.
And blind bid, or was it, how many people bid on that?
7 bidders.
7 bidders. And were they the actual lowest, or
Yes,
were they
sir.
recognized for quality?
They were the lowest and most responsible bidder.
We didn't, you didn't do a chart as far as,
I did not, I don't know if you
I
read.
saw that MoDOT didn't want us to do something.
Correct.
What was that?
Correct.
But now we're, I mean, when we were.
I can certainly show you the bids, but we cannot share them publicly.
Really? Why is that?
Because this is a TAP project, so it has to be approved by MoDOT, but this contractor is ready to go. So if we can get this approved, once it gets to MoDOT, they'll want to put this sidewalk in this year.
What was the original projected amount?
Over $180,000. So this is significantly lower.
And what is the match on that?
I think this is 80/20.
80/20?
Yeah, that's what I recall.
Why didn't I agree?
Motion?
Motion to approve on 4 sidewalks.
Well, I'll second it.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. All in favor? Any opposed?
Motion for second reading.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second for a second reading of Bill number 4698. All in favor? Any opposed? Okay, this will be a second reading of Bill number 4698. This is an ordinance of the City of St. Genevieve authorizing the mayor to enter into an agreement with Kimes Contracting LLC for the St. Mary's Road Sidewalk Project, TAP 9900-096, in an amount of $118,386.50.
Motion to approve.
Second?
Motion and a second. Pam, would you do a roll call?
Alderman Donovan. Alderman Donovan.
Yes.
Alderman Huey.
Yes.
Alderman Fahey.
Yes.
Alderwoman Dobbs.
Yes.
Alderman Eidman.
Yes.
Alderman Ross.
Yes.
Alderman Prince.
Yes.
Alderman Steiger.
Yes.
8 yes, 0 no's. Bill number 4698 now becomes ordinance 4617.
Thank you very much. That will conclude our scheduled business. Any other topics to discuss tonight in front of the board?
Yes, I do. I know we had a busy night tonight doing things. And I don't want to sit here and discuss something for a whole while. But I got 2 things I would like to know about. Is there any time we're going to get a report on the subdivision and what's going on with this? We haven't seen anything for a while. So I don't know if you can get something together like for the next meeting or,
Sure.
and I appreciate that. To get up to date, people are asking questions. I don't know what's going on.
I mean, there hasn't been much movement over the past few months. That's why no report.
Okay, but then somebody needs to tell us that, hey, there's really nothing going on. I don't know what's going on.
Okay.
So, and the other thing is, and this is gonna cause some issues. I wanna know what the latest is on the Christmas festival and parade. What is going on with it? I hear all kinds of stories out there, that this happened, that happened, they're doing this and doing that. We're 5 weeks away from having this parade, and as far as I know, it's not gonna happen. I don't know what's going on. I know you've been involved in the day, and so what's the latest status? Are we just going to close it down and not have it anymore?
Absolutely not. We are not closing down the Christmas parade nor the festival, as it's not a city festival. I believe the operators of the festival thought it was a chamber event and thought they were insured. It is not a chamber event, so I've tried to help them find a partner to get their insurance. They have not been able to find a partner. So what I am doing is working for us to partner with them to make sure this event happens this year. However, in the future, I believe they need to find a partner.
I don't see how that's going to happen. What, for one thing is, you're 5 weeks away.
This year is different. We can
This
partner.
year,
Yeah.
it's not going to happen. I don't see it happening.
I talked with the Rolfs today.
Mhm.
It will happen.
Okay.
That's good positive news, so we're appreciative of that, Dave. So, good for the city and make us happen, so.
Yeah, but we talk about, Pat gets up here and talks about doing this festival. She's doing it for the people. It's the same thing this thing does. It brings in people to the businesses in town. You don't see all these things sitting out there selling food and everything. No, it's amusing. It brings a lot of people to this town. And businesses like it. It's good revenue. Give them a boost. And now, I don't know what they say, but all the things that we were involved in is not being done to promote this. And my question is, the timeline. Why would you wait so late? What happened to the insurance? And as far as I know, the chamber refused to do anything with them.
I can't not speak for the chamber. However, Ms. Rolf came to get a parade permit, and when she did, she didn't have the insurance. That timeline is representative of her coming to get the permit, not the city.
Okay, so you check every festival when everybody does something down there.
The parades that have happened this year have all been insured as
By
their
who? I hear somebody's got
school
household
district,
insurance.
Valley Schools, Fair Board.
Oh, so they sponsored the different.
Whoever sponsors the parade provides the insurance. Yes, sir.
Okay, for 19 years, she's been doing this and never came up before.
We have new insurance this year. You're correct.
And when did that start?
This year.
When this year?
Okay, I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to interrupt. This is not on the agenda. We're on.
But we're
brief
under other
comments.
comments. We can have this discussion.
Right
This
here,
is under
it
other
says
board discussion.
communication, that's what I'm
You're
looking
having
at.
a,
I'm
you're having a
communicating.
in-depth discussion about a topic that's not on the agenda. At some point, I have to interrupt as the
Then why
attorney.
would you have it in here?
The public has a right to know in advance of the topics of discussion. This is not on your agenda. I'm not trying to shut down a debate, but, at some point, it has to be an agenda item.
Teddy, you can also come speak.
It is an agenda item, Mr. Bishop. I mean, it's mayor and board of Aldermen communications. So this
Right there,
is,
that's what it says.
That's not carte
Communication.
blanche. It's not carte
Between us
blanche
and
to
them.
have extensive discussions about everything that you want to talk about that's not on the agenda. The public is entitled to a notice of topics they're going to discuss, and they're not on notice that this topic is to be discussed. I did not interject with the initial discussions, but at some point, you have to recognize that if you're going to have an in-depth discussion about a topic, it should be on the agenda and with public notice in advance.
So basically, this is where we bring up items that would be included on our next agendas.
Either that, or you're announcing, hey, there's going to be an event this weekend, or you're having a brief comment or discussion, or it's not going to be an in-depth.
And then you need to reword this, what you say on here, communication between the mayor and us. Not that you just bring up topics, that's what it'll be at the next meeting.
I didn't say that.
No, Joe mentioned that, and And I
This
got,
isn't
that's the
something
reason
that
I
we're
said,
voting.
we're
This
not gonna
isn't something
discuss the
we're voting.
subdivision, let's get that together. This is gonna happen in 5 weeks. It ain't nothing you do before the next meeting.
Well, there is nothing for the city to do on this topic. I mean, David's told you he's been in discussions that there's nothing for the city to do on this. The city doesn't put on festivals. Now, we do help oversee them and help manage them. We help them with street closure requests and things of that nature. But there is nothing for the city to do at that time that we're not already doing.
I got one more question and I'm done, no discussion, okay? I've asked him, when was this decided about the insurance?
I do not know when we signed our insurance, I'm sorry.
June, it was when we signed the contract with Myrna, so June
June,
1st,
July.
July 1st.
John?
June or July 1st.
So what happened from July to now? Nobody knew we didn't have insurance for them.
We-
Everyone who's applied for a parade to this point got the same paperwork and supplied insurance. There hasn't been any issue till this point.
Okay, I'm done.
Okay. We will go ahead and.
I've got one more maybe.
Yep.
Aaron Smith and I attended the MoDOT, the Port Authority meeting yesterday, where they made the announcement that, of course, MoDOT had given their matching funds for their 5311 grant. And it also was announced that Illinois DOT has pledged their 88,000, additional 88,000 from Illinois funds. There's some stipulations on how that's going to go. The ferry is going to have to, the way it's read is that the ferry is going to have to come back to 7 days a week. It doesn't give a timeline, but so it's very positive that Illinois, for the first time in maybe decades or ever, is submitting funds to help the ferry operate. So Aaron was also, he's been very proactive with the ferry to get them as almost like a resource or something that we can use for tourism and economic development here in the city. And so he took them a marketing plan to advertise the ferry, to get more ridership, to get more people to come. It included a point of sale terminal. So right now they only accept cash. So Aaron has been doing a lot of work with the ferry and trying to help them make it more sustainable after we gave that $9,000 a few months ago. So I was encouraged to see that. They didn't vote on the marketing plan and they don't meet again until December, but hopefully they take it under consideration and move forward with that. So that money that we did spend was matched now because of that, the donation that we made to the ferry. MoDOT gave that 88,000, and now Illinois has also given 88,000 towards the ferry. So
Our 9,000 was well spent, probably.
I feel it was. So
Good.
That's great news. Thank you for that update, Alderman Steiger. Any other topics to discuss? Okay, we will go ahead and adjourn tonight. Thank you very much.